We're on this cleanup right now. Freezing, it's 29 degrees. We're about to do fall cleanup, gutter cleaning, and putting everything into the dump trailer. And we're about to take out this mower and do a final cut. And I'm excited. How about you? Let's get started. Fall cleanup started at $300 plus $60 per each yard of leaves removed. A yard of leaves is, well, if they're crunched up and mulched or if they're fluffy, it depends. So you come up with the yard for yourself. I'm not going to explain that here, but an average cleanup is about $360 to $450. Some cleanups are $800, some cleanups are $1,600. Our average cleanup we can get in and out for $400. We blow out all of the garden beds and we suck up and clean all the leaves. We deadhead the plants and clean up the perennials, which are plants that come back year after year, like lilies and things like that. Any grasses like these fountain grasses. These fountain grasses we cut back down to the base. We leave some of the sticks sticking up so there's a nice base for the new growth next year to have support. This is a landscape job we did a few years ago. It was like 12 or 15 grand or something. I mean, we demoed everything in the garden beds. The bushes were so high they were above the gutters. We brought a chipper out here, we got rid of everything, ripped it all out, and we installed all brand new garden beds with plants all the way around the whole property. I think I got a video of that. I'll put it in the link in the description below. And if you look around, we did all this metal edging and all the cobblestone, the brand new, I think dogwood shrubs are those? I don't know what that one is, I don't remember. But the burning bush, rose of Sharon, what is this, a dwarf mugo pine, boxwood shrubs. Over here we have a fountain grass. We got lilies all in here. And we got that's a dwarf ivory halo dogwood shrub to cover up the energy meter. And then we got these shrubs wrapped around here. One funny thing I didn't talk about was when all of these tons of stone showed up and they dumped them in the street right here, there was so much dirt that it was washing all the way down. We had to wash the rocks with water all the way down the street for like 4 hours straight. So if you ever order decorative stone, make sure you jump up inside and look in the truck if you have it delivered, and make sure that it's clean product if you're going to be installing it in customers' landscape beds, and especially on top of fabric. We also did this border around all the trees here. That one looks a little cockeyed. Oh, because the roots, see? That's why we don't do retaining walls around trees or any edging in the ground. You call it a retaining wall around a tree is basically called a tree coffin. So look how the roots grow and push the rocks up. So it can flex. So we got rocks and cobblestone. Some might even argue you shouldn't even put stone around the trees. We installed this mailbox, put rocks around. That's what it was. When we were installing this mailbox, I was like, are we doing this right? Shouldn't there be dimensions? And I was looking just the other night, there's hyper-specific dimensions of how you should install a mailbox. How many inches off the ground? How many inches behind the curb from the line of the grass? And it has to be very specific. That actually looks, yep, no, it's sticking over the curb line. I didn't know, man, that was 2 years ago. He's cutting back all the perennials and throwing them on a tarp, and we're gonna put them in the dump trailer, and then we're gonna blow out all the garden beds. He's got the okasunas. Have you ever seen that? The okasuna trimmers? Okasuna trimmers are the best trimmers. I think of like samurai okasuna. What's up? This is the Exmark 48-inch riding mower. It's the Radius X model. It works perfect for pro landscapers and lawn guys or homeowners looking for, if you got a bigger property in your homeowner, this is it. This thing's a steel tank. It has everything with the UltraVac bagging system, the chute, dual baggers in back, virtually indestructible. Of course, it needs maintenance like anything else, and if you do need to do maintenance on it, you can get Exmark OEM original manufacturer parts at your local, well, you can just order them online and have them delivered directly to your house. You can also pick up parts at like Weingarts and stuff too, but you can order them online and get them direct, like belts, blades, oil, pretty much everything that you need directly to your house, exmark.com. This is a sponsored video by Exmark. I've been using Exmark mowers my whole life. I cut grass for 15 years. And now we use this Exmark mower for spring cleanups, fall cleanups. We're doing a fall cleanup right now on this property. Let's get started. My dude Kyle here filming is very good at striping. So I want to see him make some stripes, and then I'm going to fly the drone over and capture the stripes. Let's go. Hey, quick funny story. I was on the phone I was looking for a plumber a couple months ago, and he said something amazing to me. So this customer, real quick, we did like a $12,000 to $14,000 landscape job for them, whole landscaping, and then now we do their spring cleanups, fall cleanups, gutter cleanings, stuff like that. And so for some reason, the plumber's a small business owner. I got on the phone with him, and then he got on the phone with me, and all I had was a small plumbing job to do, and I felt kind of bad. Like, I understand you must have a minimum for you to come out, because we have a minimum, like it's like a $300 minimum, right? But he talked about, hey, I might come out to your house for $100, $150, but once you know me, like me, and trust me, in the future, it might even take a few years. Eventually, you might hire me to do a $3,500 job. And he said, he goes, I just left a customer right now. We just did like all their plumbing in their whole house. It was thousands of dollars or something. And then he originally met that customer a few years ago off of a tiny job. So he says, you can't have, you know, all the meat and potatoes. It can't be all meat and potatoes. There's got to be the little stuff too, the bread and butter stuff. And I've been really thinking about that. I asked a friend of mine who's kind of a mentor in the landscape business, who's been in the business like 28 years. You know, guy's built a multi-million-dollar company. And I was real frustrated last year's spring. I was like, man, what is the secret to this? He felt my frustration. I didn't even have to talk. And he goes, here is what I've learned, Keith, and I'm sharing with you. He said, I really found over all the years, he's like, it's all about getting good clients. Good clients, great clients, clients that know you, like you, and trust you. They don't complain about the prices. They understand if you have to raise the price due to fuel surcharge and all this stuff, and they stick with you, and they're actually loyal for real, and they support you in your business, and you support them. You have good and they stick with you for years and years. And to find clients like that, he says you're gonna sometimes have to kiss a lot of frogs, but as the years go on and you do your due diligence, little by little, you'll start to pick up really good clients that stick with you for the long haul. And those are the ones that get you through the lulls. Now, I don't know about like bad economy. Why should I do? Because I started my business in a bad economy, and it's kind of shaky right now. But the good clients always, not always, sometimes they dump you. See, man, business, it'll throw you a constant curveball. Oh, Kyle, what's up? But anyways, we did lawn care the first few years, and I got so busy landscaping that I let go of the lawns. And frankly, when I first got started, I was so broke and so in debt, I couldn't even afford to get a good lawnmower. I was using an old beat up walk behind, and I went from using really nice, $15,000 Exmark mowers, like the top of the line ones, to now using like an old beat up 1980 walk behind. But then now to have a Exmark mower again for the last few years and using it for all of our spring and fall cleanups, it made fall and spring cleanups so much faster and more efficient, because it's just like a vacuum. And obviously if you cut grass, it's a lawn cutting machine, but it just sucks up all the leaves, man. I was thinking about getting one of those like billy goat things, but we don't even need it. The ones that you walk behind and it sucks up the leaves, because the ultra-vac system on the mower, it's the deal. Let's go see. Super full. It's packed? Oh yeah. Satisfying when you pull it and all right, I gotta bill and invoice. I gotta invoice this client and get paid, dog. Then we gotta roll to the next job. I'll see you in a minute. Funny thing, perfect timing. I just walked in the door home from work, and there's a postcard in my mailbox from Weingarts about Exmark OEM parts. If you have an Exmark mower or you plan on getting one in the future, by the way, this video is sponsored by Exmark, so this is perfect timing. Belts, blades, oil, fluids, everything you need delivered directly to your doorstep 24/7, 365. Just go to shop.exmark.com. I'll also put links in the description below, and shout out to Weingarts. And I just put my podcast sticker on here to hide my address. That's my podcast, by the way. But you can pause this, read through all this, and check this out. And I love Exmark, and I love what they're offering. So yeah, check it out. Go to shop.exmark.com. I'll put the links in the description below. Thanks for watching.